everyone, it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we have the Lord of the Underworld challenge, which requires the dealer pack. So starting off, we had to become king and abdicate the throne. So I was born as a prince, and you want to be the oldest boy in the family so that you were able to go ahead and become the king. So after that, I went ahead and I abdicated my title, and then we hopped in and we got a job. I went with the pill bugs. I don't know why. That was just kind of what I was thinking. I was like the kind of middle of the pack, so we'll go for it. Now, I haven't done anything with this pack. I didn't realize I had it. So this was a learning experience for me. So maybe I'll be able to give out some beginner tips from what I kind of picked up. But starting off, you want to go into the street that you were given and you want to go ahead and sell. You want to try and make money because we have to make 50,000 worth of profit. So you want to make sure that you're going a little bit higher than street value. I don't know how much you can actually get away with, but I was trying to keep it relatively close. But yeah, so you'll see I just go in here and I do a little bit of this. I do cut out a lot of this video just because a lot of it is kind of repetitive. But what you want to do, and I didn't realize this, you want to get rid of the rival dealer on the street that you were on. So whenever you have this attack button, highly recommend using that on the rival dealer because that's going to be what helps you out the most to be able to get the most sales because then you don't have competition on your street. So highly recommend with that. If you get arrested or anything, close out of the game. There will be some pop-ups that you get about going to jail for other people. I did it once when it was only like a 4-year one because I was like, I want to keep good standing. Some of them are a little bit longer, but yeah, so like you'll see I'm trying to kind of work my way up. I popped in here to this old man. I also found this out later on. You can click on the names and find out what their vices are. So you'll be able to know if you're going to be able to sell something a little bit easier to them than you would be to somebody else. So I highly recommend that. Try and sell more of the ones that are more money per dose. I also highly recommend that one. But I don't know, it's a bit of a time consuming challenge, but it wasn't too bad. Like for me going into this a little bit blind and not knowing what I was doing, I feel like I kind of made it work fairly well. At this point, I was more so just focused on trying to make that 50,000 because I didn't know how to do some of the other stuff or like what ranks came next. So it was all just me kind of learning, but I'm contributing everything the same as I do whenever I'm doing like the mob one. Give them every single bit of money because it's going to help you out the most. So you'll see here that I just go ahead and do a few more of these. And then we got promoted to runner, which opens up a new thing. And we also got 100% with something else. But I was given a new street. But so you'll see here, so we have this supply run. I went ahead and accepted the job. You want to pay attention to what they're using for packaging. And I went actually ahead and used that one. And then I tried to just kind of make my way through this. Now, this is going to help you out quite a bit because people are, relying on this stuff. You want to go for a place that is a little bit more like out there, secluded area. So you'll see like I got 569,000 for that one. So you'll see I just go in and I just kind of work on these. I pay attention. Packaging you want to pay attention to. You want something good. If you lose a job because of it, you lose a job because of it. Like I'll show you here. I think I said that it was fine to bubble wrap. You'll see that I lose some doses. So you do kind of want to have to pay attention. But otherwise, like it's not too bad. I lost some of that because of the baseball team showing up. So you kind of risk some things in, the more like secluded spots. But at that point, we had over the 50,000. So it wasn't too bad. This doesn't count towards the 50,000 though. I skipped over that. But if you get this, you want to call attention to it because you could end up getting more doses, which is going to help you out more. So highly recommend doing that. But you just kind of want to go for it, see what happens, and go from there. So, yeah, like some of them you'll get like a steak restaurant or like a post office loading dock. You only get 3 options. And at this point, I was arrested, but I closed out, and then we promoted to a manufacturer, which this also opens up some more things for you. So you can go in and actually create different things. But I went ahead and I actually looked as well to see where I was at for my relationship with the cartel because you want to be paying attention and making sure that your relationships are good with everybody whenever you get to the lieutenant state. So, I highly recommend focusing on that, but I went ahead and showcased this part too because this was me, kind of learning and seeing what I could do. So, this one said a terrible hangover, so I tweaked it. Um, I don't entirely remember what I did here. Like, this was doubt everything and question all life choices, and I was like, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but we're rolling with it. It did actually end up having pretty high demand, so that was kind of cool. But you just kind of want to be careful. You don't want to use up all of your base doses for things because obviously, you still want things to exist. But at this point, you'll see here, I checked my relationships. Everything was pretty good, but we had this rival dealer that I went ahead and attacked because I needed to get them off my street. They ran away. And that is what you want. So you'll see I'm on a whole different street than I was earlier, but we popped in here and just kind of kept making things happen and contributing money, trying to build it up. And I ended up getting lieutenant here, and this is where things get interesting. So you want to make sure that your relationship is good with all the cartel members and is in the positive. I was pretty lucky. I don't know what I did, but it was pretty lucky. And you want to go in here to overthrow the pin, whether it's kingpin or queen pin. I was like, okay, maybe the cops is a good one. So we did that, and it ended up actually working out for me because they overthrew, and then they chose me as the next kingpin. So I finished 27th in the world, but I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you can hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, go ahead and subscribe. I post typically 2 to 3 times a week right now. If you're already subscribed and want notifications for when I post, hit that bell, and I will see you all next time. Bye, lovelies.